When I say bang, you bang, okay?
Okay.
First time Shane calls up, he goes, I need you to do special effects. And I said, okay. I said, I need to do some research.
When I say bang, you bang, okay?
Okay.
Bang!
So I got online, did some research, and he says, we're going to use compressed air, and we're going to use a fire extinguisher. Well, fire extinguishers I knew a little bit about. I said, all right, you pressurize them, you put liquids in them, you shoot liquids out, sometimes powders.
Practical effects, I just like it. The eye can tell when you're watching something if something's actually legitimately there. Plus, growing up, I was a huge Harry Houdini fan. I loved magic. I loved the wizardry of magicians, and you can use that with special effects by misdirection. You can hide legs or hide a torso in the bed like we did with Tanis in the first one. Those are things that are fun. They're more hands-on, and yeah, they're a little bit bloodier, and when things go wrong, you're going to have to reset, and now you got this blood-stained t-shirt, and you have to explain why there's blood there before there was supposed to be.
He came out to the house, he said, I need you to put on a t-shirt, and we're going to demonstrate. And of course, our first attempts were futile, as to say the least. It was a kind of a cold day, and I was covered in lots of fake blood that never came out of anything. As we went along, I realized that this could be done effectively, inexpensively, and it was a fun creative process to sit down and actually use those skills that I developed fabricating to put gear together to actually accomplish this mission.
Time and practical effects go hand in hand. I just prefer to use them. I think there is a understanding between filmmakers and even fans, horror fans especially, that using practical effects kind of sends a message of what kind of film that you're making. And just the love of doing things right on set is, you can't beat it.
We had a spot that was designated basically for the special effects stuff, and I mean, you get onto like a George Lucas film and stuff, I'm sure it's like massive, but here we got our like fire extinguishers and our tubes and our fake blood and things, and we make it work, you know. Everything from using cotton balls to you know, latex. I mean, anything we could possibly think of to make these things work, and they did.
Action turtle. Bang.
I got introduced to the squib. I never heard that word before.
No.
And they're talking about it's just a tube that somebody has charged either with compressed air or whatever, and they release it when it's the right time, and it shoots out so fast, right? I mean, so they had a couple in my chest.
Simulating you getting shot.
Right. They had a couple in my chest, one in my neck, and then, of course, you got to put about half a pint of that stuff in your mouth and not have your cheeks bulge out to you know, have it come out when you get shot. And boy, that stuff was cold. And then for every cup that came out here, 4 cups went down my drawers, and we had no cleanup. At the end, we didn't have showers or anything, and I didn't bring clothes to change into. And I had a 240-mile ride back covered with blood and all these clothes.
Yeah, you were pretty soaked.
So they had somebody go to the gas station with me to fill my car up so I didn't have to get in trouble.
Bang! Got it. Oh shit! It was like, I'm like,
Dude, you weren't kidding.
Most people don't realize that when you're doing squibs, that number of things take place, such as pressure ratios, air temperature, ricochet points. Most people don't realize you can actually ricochet blood off an object.
Just as I'm finally I finally got Quinn. I'm gonna try to save him. I come through this door, and I'm loaded up with all this garbage on the back of my coming up the back of my shirt, and just at the point where I'm like, you owe me one big fucking favor. I never get to the word favor because the back of my head comes clean off, you know, and I slam back into the door, slide on down, you know. That's it for Nelson.
You owe me one big fucking favor.
I remember going about making the intestines for the Sleep Eaters, and that was a big deal for us because we had never had a movie with intestines before, and we literally laid out latex on a table and took marshmallow and crunched it up and put blood gel and a bunch of other things and rolled it up into this like blood joint, if you would, and it was just this intestines, and the Sleep Eaters just kept gnawing on it. We kept reusing the intestines, and people were just like, oh, I want more intestines, or I want this, and Sleep Eaters would be like talking to themselves off camera about, like, well, I'm gonna get the hand, and no, I'm gonna get the foot, and it was just fun to see everyone get so excited about these tangible items that they could actually just chew on.